Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to everyone, and especially our lecturer, which is IR Mustafa Kamal bin Syamsuddin. And here is the presentation of our group project, Determination Pavement Condition Index in Parit Raja area. Before we start, let me introduce all my group member, which is together we completed this report project, which is me, Muhammad Nur Irfan, and my right is Hadat Kamal, and the other is Muhammad Arik Amar, Muhammad Fakri Adam, Muhammad Said, and the last one is Muhammad Adib Azran. And here is the contents outlines, which we highlight four different parts, which is introduction, methods, and result analysis, which is very crucial on this presentation. And the last one is conclusion. For the introduction, we have discussed to select Jalan Parit Sempadan Laut, Parit Raja, as our 2 kilometer road to determine their PCI rating, and it's crucial to determine the condition of the pavement road that we have chosen.
First of all, we select our site from using a Google Maps to find a 2 kilometer road at Jalan Parit Sempadan. We also change the map to satellite and straight view to check the area before our group starting a field work. Next is we divide the road into the section. Using the Google Maps measure tool, we mark specific intervals for beginning and ending of each section. This helps us organize our inspection and record exactly where each road problem is located. For collecting the data, we went to the site with the equipment, which is a safety cone for protection, a rolling wheel to measure the distance, and the measuring tapes to check the size of the road defect on each section. From all the data that we gain from the site, we need to record all the road defect into the datasheet, and we need to perform the calculation based on the STM standard to find our PCI score. And then we also need to compare our result to the PCI rating scale. From the data we gain, which is our score PCI is 78, which fall into the satisfactory level of services.
Moving on the result and analysis, this table displays the Pavement Condition Index, or PCI. For each of our 9 samples, the rating varies significantly across the stretch, ranging from a low of 40, which is categorized as very poor, to a high of 96, categorized as good. When looking at the road as a whole, the total average PCI is 67, which indicates that the overall condition of the 2 kilometer segment falls within the fair category. To begin the discussion, our study followed the ASTM D643 standard to assess a 2 km road stretch with a width of 3 meters. We utilized a systematic sampling method inspecting a total of 9 units, with each unit measuring 100 meters in length. By taking sample at a 200-meter interval, we ensured a consistent and representative evaluation of the entire road's condition. Looking at our condition result, the road has an average PCI score of 67.17, which places it in the fair category overall. When we break down the individual units, we see a mix of conditions, which is sample 1, 5, 7, and 9 are satisfactory, while sample 2, 4, and 6 are fair, and sample 3 and 8 are rated as poor. Our final verdict is that the road is experiencing non-homogeneous deterioration, meaning the damage is not uniform, but rather consists of local level failures that need to be addressed.
Okay, now this slide shows the primary pavement distress types identified during our assessment. Firstly, potholes were found in sample 1, 5, and 8 at low severity. Although it is minor, they can develop into a serious safety and structural issue if not treated early. Secondly, alligator cracking was observed in several sections with a maximum affected area of 28.9 square meters. This distress indicates structural fatigue and shows that the pavement is no longer able to support traffic load. Next, edge cracking appear in sample 6 and 7, mainly in crescent shapes. This is commonly caused by poor drainage and weak shoulder support. Lastly, longitudinal and transverse crack were widespread, with crack reaching 17.1 meters, mainly due to temperature changes, aging, and settlement. Overall, this distress suggests that timely maintenance is required to prevent further deterioration and ensure road safety.
Based on the pavement condition findings, a rehabilitation strategy following the 3R approach, which is resurfacing, restoration, and rehabilitation, is recommended. The main objective is to prevent further pavement deterioration while restoring both the structural strength and functional performance of the road. Following the issue, several technical solutions are proposed. Firstly, structural overlays can be applied to increase the load carrying capacity of the pavement. Partial recycling of existing pavement layers is also suggested to improve sustainability and reduce the material cost. In addition, high-performance asphalt mixes such as stone matrix asphalt or superwave can be used to enhance their durability and resistance to deformation. These measures are expected to extend the pavement service life by 8 to 12 years. The rehabilitation workflow begins with a detailed assessment to identify priority intervention areas based on the PCI results. Next, the most cost-effective treatment method is selected through life cycle cost analysis. Construction execution will include proper traffic management, such as night work, to minimize disruption. Finally, post-rehabilitation monitoring is conducted to ensure long-term pavement performance and quality control. In conclusion, the pavement assessment shows that Jalan Parit Sepadan Laut is in fair condition with an average PCI of 37.17, with an integrated cracking as the most critical distress identified. Therefore, immediate rehabilitation is recommended to maintain road serviceability and ensure user safety. A monthly monitoring program is also proposed to support predictive maintenance and long-term pavement integrity.